What's happening, fam? John here from AF Anime, back with another Dragon Ball related video for you guys today. This time I want to present a theory about Vegeta and his Ultra Instinct form. If you guys have seen my most recent chapter review, you'd know that I am horribly disappointed with how Vegeta has depicted his own Ultra Instinct, or at the very least how he's been using it. As we've seen from multiple iterances, especially his fight with Gas and his fight with Granola, that he is intent on taking a boatload of damage with the promise of becoming stronger after taking said damage, only to pass out or to be defeated before he can actually go on the offensive. And while this is a bit annoying and a bit depressing, I do think that it does bode to some promising future for the offensive capabilities for this new form. So to give you guys an idea of how this video is going to go, my brothers and I were discussing Vegeta's depiction in this last chapter, and all of us for the most part had varying opinions, but one thing that we all did come to a conclusion with and agree with was the idea that Super Saiyan 3 is incredibly similar to Ultra Ego in more than just appearance. So for starters, the most obvious is the distinct lack of eyebrows when it comes to Ultra Ego and Super Saiyan 3, but there are some more things that we can draw links to in terms of how these two forms are depicted. For one, Goku can hardly manage Super Saiyan 3 for an extended period of time, as it is incredibly draining on the stamina. So when it comes to Dragon Ball Super, unlike the Buu arc, we don't really get a whole lot of Super Saiyan 3 transformations, although we do see them. They are incredibly short-lived and for the most part are just explained away as a temporary power-up, and we don't actually get to see Goku engage in any long-term fights using this form. And even though we would love to see Super Saiyan 3 used in a long-term fight, I think we can all agree that for the most part it does adhere to canon, or at least the explanation as to why Goku doesn't use that form while he's in his living form. As we all know, he did acquire it in the other world while training, but while in the living world his stamina is not the same, and as such we hardly get to see Super Saiyan 3 used to its full capacity. So to sum up my theory here, I do believe that Ultra Ego is incomplete, as Vegeta says that it is still evolving, but at the same time I do believe that there is a link between Super Saiyan 3 and how Vegeta is supposed to use this new power. Now, if I had to reference Super Saiyan 3 to Ultra Ego and their similarities, the most obvious of which is going to be the distinct lack of eyebrows. The next similarity that we can draw between Super Saiyan 3 and Ultra Ego is its explosive nature. As we see from Vegeta throughout multiple chapters within this current arc, he does keep bragging about the fact that his damage input is only increasing his strength. And although we haven't seen him go all out and go on an impressive offensive yet, this could be because he just hasn't quite figured it out. Now, if you see my last chapter review, you know that I postulated a small theory about how his Ultra Instinct powers are likely to work. And the way that works, for me at least, is that he has to take a certain amount of damage before he goes out on a complete offensive attack. This meaning that once he gets to a certain threshold of damage, probably somewhere between 95% and 99% of the total damage that he can endure, that would be the optimal time for him to go out on a 100% offensive attack and avoid all damage at all costs. Now, obviously, we don't know exactly where the writers intend on going when it comes to showing us this Ultra Ego form, but that is the best conclusion that I can come to, given what we've seen so far and given the fact that it is still relatively new to Vegeta. And this would indicate another similarity between SS3 and Ultra Ego, as Vegeta, if he were to go on the offensive while using this form, would probably have a very small window of time to take control of a fight and or win it. So to draw more similarities or more parallels to Goku's Ultra Instinct, this form that we've seen so far of Ultra Ego could be incredibly similar to Ultra Instinct Sign. If that is the case, then that might mean that the Ultra Ego that we've seen so far is an incomplete form, or at the very least one half of what we could see in terms of his evolution. So if I had to guess on exactly what we might see here, we might see an Ultra Ego form of an SS3 transformation, meaning that after Vegeta has taken so much damage that he is ready to go on the offensive, we might see his hair and design change to something similar to this, while he explodes onto his opponent with an overwhelming offense. And to be honest with you guys, this just makes total sense to me, as SS3 Vegeta is not something that we've actually seen in the canon material. To be clear, there are some video games who touch base on SS3 Vegeta. In What If series, we have the Dokkan battle game, which has a few units for SS3 Vegeta as well. But ultimately, there is no real SS3 Vegeta when it comes to canon. And this would be one thing that separates him and Goku, as Goku is the only person aside from Gotenks to achieve this goal of Super Saiyan 3, this could be a satisfactory way to bridge that gap between Goku and Vegeta in terms of their accomplishments. If Vegeta is able to activate a form of SS3 and actually use it in a better capacity than Goku, then this could satisfy some Vegeta fans in terms of seeing him grow and become more viable as an equal to Goku. Now, this video is going to be relatively short as it is just a quick theory on the possibilities and potential for an SS3 version of Ultra Ego. As we saw from Vegeta in the last chapter, he admits that this form is not complete yet or is still evolving, and I would think that the best way for him to fully utilize this Ultra Ego form would be to take a vast amount of damage, but just before reaching his peak amount of damage, he would transform into an SS3 version of Ultra Ego and then go on an all-out offensive in order to either win or to dominate for a short period of time. And this would satisfy a lot of Vegeta fans as it would give us a quick moment for him to shine, it would show us a new form of Ultra Ego, and it would even give us a little bit of satisfaction of what we've seen so far. And so far, all we've seen from his fight with Granola and Gas is that he keeps promising to get overpowered the more damage he takes before ultimately passing out. So in order to repair our disappointment in this character, at least for this arc, we're going to have to see something more, or possibly even another transformation with Vegeta and his Ultra Ego. Alright folks, that's all I got for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys agree or disagree, or if you have any separate thoughts on what you think we might see from Vegeta going forward. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button. I would deeply appreciate it. And if you want to see more content like this, be sure to share and subscribe. It would greatly help out my channel. In any case guys, I am John from AF Anime. I will see you guys in the next one.